Let's jump right in. Welcome to The Explainer. So today, our goal is actually pretty ambitious, but we are absolutely going to nail it. We're going to fundamentally, completely change how you view your personal finances. Look, if you have ever felt totally overwhelmed just looking at your bank account, believe me, you are not alone. We're going to break down the Gen Z money map. And honestly, by the end of this, you won't just see a bunch of random numbers anymore. You're going to see a system that actually makes sense.
Let's start with a massive question, right? Why does money feel so incredibly hard at first? I really want to validate that anxiety right out of the gate, because it's real. All those pressures, the weird timing of paychecks, the intense emotions, the endless bills, it's exhausting. But here's the thing, money feels confusing not because you're bad with it. Nope. It's because it operates on totally invisible rules. You see the end result, like, a low balance staring back at you. But the hidden causes? Those are buried deep in our daily habits, sneaky unseen fees, and all those looming anxieties we just talked about.
So, we desperately need a massive mindset shift here. Think about the old way we view things. It's kind of like trying to understand a massive, totally chaotic city by just staring intently at a single, tangled street corner. That's your bank balance. I mean, sure, it tells you something real about that exact spot, but you are completely missing the larger system. Where's the traffic actually starting? Where are the major roadblocks? The new view we're adopting today zooms way out to the entire city map. When you do that, you stop obsessing over just the current balance and you start seeing how the whole network connects.
And that brings us to what is basically the anchor phrase for this entire explainer. Money is not just a number, it is a flow. We've got to stop treating our money like it's some static brick locked away inside a dark vault and start treating it like a moving river. It's a current. And once you can clearly see where this current enters your life, where it leaks out, where it pauses for a bit, and where it actually grows, the whole mystery just completely disappears.
Section 1. What money actually is.
Okay, so money is actually four very distinct things. First up, it's a medium. Think of it like a Metro card that gets you to a destination, whether that's a new apartment or just a bag of groceries. Second, it's a container. It actually stores the value of your hard work, kind of like catching starlight in a jar. Pretty cool, right? Third, it acts as a doorway. When your money situation is stable, that doorway swings open into a room completely full of new choices. And finally, it's a shared promise. The whole thing is built entirely on the magic of social trust. No way around it.
Now, in our daily reality, money essentially exists in three basic states. Imagine your life as a house with plumbing. You've got incoming water, right? That's your salary flowing in. Then you have held water, which is the stuff staying in the tank for later. And lastly, outgoing water. That's what leaves to the drains to pay your bills. If you are only ever staring at the tank, your savings account, you will never figure out why you are constantly taking a cold shower. You really have to understand the dynamic flow between all three of these states.
Section 2. Building your money system.
All right, here is the definition that literally changes everything. A money system is simply the set of rules that decides what happens to your money after it enters your life. That's it. It's basically a funnel. And this perfectly explains why two people with the exact same income can live vastly different lives. The incoming rush of water is identical, but the funnel directing that flow, entirely different.
So, what's this system actually doing? It's trying to perform three massive jobs simultaneously. Job 1, cover your life today. Job 2, protect you against sudden shocks. And Job 3, build your future options. Trying to make your money do all three of these things without any real structure, it's literally like asking one flimsy cheap shelf to hold all your daily clothes, a bunch of emergency survival kits, and all your heavy investments. Eventually, the whole thing is just going to crash down.
So how do we actually organize that shelf so it doesn't break? Well, we break it into four distinct zones that form a continuous spinning cycle. Your income enters, and then it must be deliberately directed into a buffer for emergencies, use for daily life, and growth for tomorrow. The absolute most crucial point here is that these are not isolated little worlds. They are totally interconnected parts of one whole flowing system. But hey, here is a vital warning for you. If you do not decide the direction, urgency is going to decide for you. And let me tell you, urgency is incredibly expensive. Without a deliberately separated buffer zone to absorb the hits, just one single surprise expense will swing like a wrecking ball and smash right through the roof of your entire system.
Section 3. Leaks, anchors, and delays.
Let's break down these three hidden forces, because they are sneaky. First, leaks. These are those totally unnoticed subscriptions and tiny habits just dripping away your wealth month by month. Second, anchors.
Now, these are the heavy, stable heroes of your system. Think automatic savings that lock your money safely in place. And third, delays. Delays. That is the deeply stressful gap on the calendar between when your rent is due and when your freelance check actually decides to show up.
And you know what? Those hidden forces are exactly why rigid, perfectly planned budgets usually fail. Life just completely shatters abstract spreadsheets. Because income is messy, spending is deeply emotional, it's not just logical math, hidden family costs pop up literally out of nowhere. If your system doesn't respect the unpredictable, messy reality of being a human being, it won't just fail your math, it will honestly just break your heart.
So we need a way better mental model here. The old, incredibly stressful question was always, how do I control every single penny? But honestly, that just creates a chaotic, crashing intersection in your brain, where every driver is improvising. The new, far more empowering question is, how do I give each unit of money a job before it disappears? By drawing really clear lanes, your money just flows automatically. You don't have to stress test your willpower at every single turn.
Section 4. Your new money identity.
Having a healthy money system doesn't mean you're suddenly going to be absolutely thrilled to pay your bills. Obviously not. But it does mean experiencing this profound sense of calm, clarity. With your hands firmly on the steering wheel, you finally know exactly what your money is for. You know what's protected, what can be spent totally guilt-free, what's being delayed, and what is actively growing. The anxiety drops fast because you are finally steering your finances instead of them steering you.
And just a quick reality check to keep in our back pockets, timing matters just as much as the actual amount. Financial stress is usually a timing problem. I mean, if all your needs hit before payday, you feel totally broke, right? Even if your annual salary is actually great. Organizing your money into those separate lanes we talked about actually solves the timing problem. It lets your existing income behave so much better.
To wrap this explainer up, I really want you to remember this quote. I don't need perfect money behavior. I need a clear money system. That is the whole shebang right there. You are not trying to become some flawless financial robot. You are building a resilient, forgiving machine that protects your peace of mind and builds true financial confidence. So, thanks for joining me today. Now I want you to take a hard look at your own flow. Where exactly are your hidden leaks? And what specific job are you going to give your money next?